Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this beautiful world of ours. And hello, I am Raz. That is Stephen. Thank you for joining us once again, for the Post Dynamite show. How are you, my friend Stephen?
I'm doing all right, buddy. How you been doing?
I am alive. I am breathing. I am here. I am, yeah. That's the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
Easiest way to put it. How's life been treating you, Stephen?
Busy. Very
Busy?
busy, buddy. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Been very busy.
We have Alex and C. Henry already in the chat. Thank you for joining us, fellas. It's good to see you guys again.
The only
You will see I have posted a Discord link in the chat for you guys as well. There is a new Discord that is up and running. If you would like to join it, click that link. If you can.
Jake?
And hello, Jake. Thank you for joining us here as well. Let's start out. What did we think of this week's episode if we had to rate it out of 5?
Rate out of 5? I would say 3 out of 5.
3?
Yeah.
I'm sitting about that. Yeah. I'm not rating it super high. There's
a couple of things I didn't like about the show, but I'm sure we'll go into it later.
Yeah, definitely. Alex rates it a 2. I can see where he's coming from on that one.
Yeah.
There's definitely some non-solid spots there. It could have been a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
Let's just jump straight into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
So we started the show with a video package recapping all the damage that the BCC has, or whatever the hell they're calling themselves these days, BCC, Death Riders, New Paradigm, whatever you want to call them, Moxley's crew has been doing over the past few weeks. And then we get to a point where Moxley's in the desert.
Somewhere in the Utah desert.
Yeah, somewhere in the Utah desert. Moxley turns around and said that a piece of someone will be taken tonight, and it's all for the greater good. Got me a little bit amped for that section of the show, but the show itself let me down after that.
Yeah.
But yes, maybe you are right, Alex. Maybe it's for the greater good. You're not wrong. Look, good promo, good work with the video package. Don't understand the whole being in the desert reference, but it definitely gave an idea that something was going to happen.
Yeah.
Let's fucking hope not. Let's really, really hope that does not happen. Because if that happens, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. We then come to the arena where all the faces, all the good guys are in the backstage parking lot area, entrance to the arena, waiting for the BCC to turn up.
Yeah, the ones that got attacked by Mox.
Yeah. What did we think of that whole little section just there?
Looks kind of cheesy, if you ask me. Everybody carrying metal weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Halloween Kills. They're all waiting to come up to get by the wires.
For me, if I was going to have done it, I understand saving it, but for me, I would have done the BCC arriving and then just being an all-out brawl throughout the show.
Yeah.
I would have just done it throughout the show rather than build it to where it got to, which we'll get to. We'll get to on how that is and what my thoughts are and your thoughts are on that. So we then get a recap of last week's main event for some weird reason, with Jay White and Christian. Tony Schiavone comes out is in the ring. He brings Hangman out to basically explain his actions. Colton Gunn ends up attacking Hangman as a measure of revenge for his brother. Gets into a bit of a beatdown from Hangman. Colton gets thrown back in the ring. Hangman goes to strangle and choke Colton with his belt. Jay White and Juice make the save. Jay ends up taking Hangman down and rolling him out of. Hangman gets out of the ring. Jay then gets on the mic and says that it would have been 5-0 career losses between Hangman and Jay White if Christian hadn't saved Hangman. And that he basically says he'll see Hangman soon.
Yeah, they're going to fight at Full Gear.
I hope so. I mean, Jay White is fantastic, and he tells stories in the ring. So
I think they're going to feud the rest of the year, to be honest with you, Raz. Because I can see them. Yeah, I can see him doing a Full Gear. Heyman wins part 2 of that match, and then the rematch at World's End. Yeah,
well, Jay White has a huge lead. As Alex says, it's over the career. It's not just in AEW. It's including in Japan. So, I like Jay White. I think that this program could work, but it needs to be given more momentum.
Well, they're not really building up Jay White very well in AEW at the moment, but
yeah, I think they will. I think they will build him up.
Yep.
It's just you've got so much going on in that main event scene at the moment. It makes it hard. Got Jay White's clowning him. Hi, ABJ. Thank you.
Hey, Anthony. How you doing, buddy?
Always good to see you here. Look, I think that Jay White Hangman is going to be a good feud as long as we build it properly. As long as we build the feud properly and we don't hold it too long. I think we definitely need to make it a something that steps up a level eventually. So
it's going to be a great match. You know, they really did. It was a good match at Wrestle Dream.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Jay White is legit the former Elite members' kryptonite. He's not wrong. After the shit he did with Kenny and all the others in New Japan, it's insane. So we get to a video package which was released originally on the internet for Shelton Benjamin versus Sammy Guevara. And then we go to the match of Sammy versus Shelton. What did you think of this match? What did you think?
Good match. I love Shelton being very vicious. Where he threw Sammy in the air to get in the match.
I think it definitely was a showcase. It's definitely a showcase of Shelton Benjamin, and they are making Shelton look strong here.
He's not doing his crap in WWE. So
no, he's looking strong, and someone brought this up in one of the chats, and it's a great idea. Like, have Shelton lose or Shelton win this match, have Sammy sort of go on a losing streak, and then get his win back in the and put them both in the Continental, like Shelton and Sammy in the Continental Classic, and get Sammy.
Sammy's the Ring of Honor Tag Champion with Dustin Rhodes at the moment.
Yeah,
so I could see him possibly Sammy probably turn heel on Dustin. So it could happen.
I don't want to see Sammy as a heel. I don't
really?
think. I think Sammy works better as a face. As much as people are going to disagree with me, I think Sammy works better as a face. Like if he's a heel, it's a go away. It's an Xbox go away style heel. Yeah, yeah. You see what he did with Miro, essentially. Yeah. But the Sammy Shelton winning this match was definitely the smart move by far, no doubt about that. I think, like I said, putting Sammy into the Continental Classic, eventually facing Shelton in one of those matches, and having him pretty much lose all the Continental Classic matches and then win the one against Shelton is that redeeming factor. What do you think?
Yeah. How many they're going to do that Continental Classic tournament again, or are they just going to?
They are. It starts after Full Gear. They're starting it after Full Gear.
So Okada will not be the champion, or the winner of that tournament faces Okada, or what? I don't know how they're going to do this.
I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on how they're going to do it. So, we then move on to a backstage segment with Mariah May. I would say Kyle should win the Continental Classic and beat Okada. Yeah, agreed.
Well, the Battle of the Belts match was. What do you think of that match at the Battle of the Belts between Kyle and Okada?
That was old Okada. That was the old style of Okada. That was New Japan style Okada, not fucking like it wasn't full on New Japan style, but it was definitely old Okada compared to what we've seen in in AEW.
I don't think it wasn't his best match, though.
Definitely not his best match, but it was definitely a lot more of the New Japan style rather than the AEW stuff that he's done. So,
yeah.
Okada is going to be the gold block, and Kyle is going to be in the blue block with them meeting in the finals. Kyle wins the title from him.
Well, it depends on who else is in the tournament, though.
No, I agree with you, yes, but I also agree with this. Yeah. I agree with this. I think we're going to get a final showdown, and the title will be on the line at World's End. And at World's End, Kyle gets the title.
Yeah. Hey, I like Kyle.
Unless what we saw later in the show relates to something else, which we'll talk about when we get there.
Okay.
But we see Renee and Mariah May backstage. She's got a bag, and it turns out that it's Anna Jay's bag. Anna Jay attacks Mariah May from behind, with Christopher Daniels stopping the attack once again. Thoughts on this?
Well, it's going to be a good match next week with Anna Jay and Mariah May. But I think Mariah's going to retain. I think Thunder Rosa is going to be her next opponent.
We're definitely not getting a title change next week as much as Mariah's title reign is a bit of a flop. We're not getting a title change.
No, but I'm sure Anna will give her a good match.
I don't think we're getting a title change until Tony Storm comes back. So
over in Aussie.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to happen. We're going to get an eventual Tony Storm coming back, and it's going to be over here at Grand Slam in Australia. So
yeah, Tony's been killing it in Mexico.
Yeah, I wonder if she's running to El Generico down there.
See any orphans over there?
You never know. You never know.
I see the picture. I'm sorry, Draz. I see the picture with her with Tessa Blanchard over at Mexico.
You know, the company in Mexico that she's working with have done really bloody well in regards to the black and white. Like the way they've done it, they've got it just on her in segments, and it's amazing. It looks amazing. Like, I think that they've done really well, and I think that that's definitely something AEW could learn from.
Give me just a minute, Raz. Hold on.
Sure.
Yeah, Mom.
Sorry.
Did you hear me?
Sorry, Stephen, you hadn't muted your mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh man,
Okay.
that's embarrassing.
It's okay. I got you.
I thought I muted my mic on my laptop. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Sometimes you can mute your mic on your laptop, but it doesn't do it necessarily in the program.
Well,
CMLL is the one that she's been working with, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah. So, but absolutely brilliant the way they've been doing it. Like having just her in black and white, it looks really good. Let me see. I'm gonna just give me a second. And where is it?
Yeah, I just saw the mute button on the left-hand side. My bad.
Yeah. Hold on. 30 seconds. I will be right there. No, that's not it.
We don't watch GCW. They're Wrestle-Lutes.
No, we don't. We haven't watched.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. But thoughts on JCW Lunacy? They just did a live broadcast earlier tonight in Nashville on the Psychopathic Records YouTube channel. Don't know of them, unfortunately. Might have to check them out. Thanks for stopping past, though. We'll definitely give it a check out and see how it's going. Where were we? That's right. We had the Osprey Kyle Fletcher video package.
Courtney says, "Is that Zorro?"
You never know. You never know.
How you doing, Courtney?
Yeah, so we had the Kyle Fletcher Will Ospreay video package recapping the attack on Ospreay. Tony Schiavone's then we come back to live. Tony Schiavone's in the ring, introduces Kyle Fletcher. Fletcher turns around and says that he has, or that Ospreay has a herniated disc that he's been hiding from everyone. The reason he turned on Ospreay is because he took the comparison to Ospreay as an insult, because when he first joined the company, it was he was the next big thing, but then Ospreay joined and he was the next Will Ospreay. So he hated that. Kyle turns around and says that he's better than Will Ospreay. I love the moment here. I don't think you guys would have heard it in the US because it probably would have been censored, but the crowd, where he's just standing there and the crowd is telling him, shut the fuck up.
Actually, they edited it.
Okay. They edited it on your side?
Yeah, they edited it on TV, yeah.
Here in Australia, they did not edit it. They, because watching it on Triller TV, it was just the crowd chanting, shut the fuck up. And it was amazing. It was amazing. It visually and auditory, it was brilliant. The way they did it, it was absolutely brilliant.
Mm-hmm. That was a good
Kyle
promo.
Yeah, it was. Kyle then demands for Ospreay next week to defy the doctor's orders, come to the show and face him next week at Fright Night Dynamite. Kyle turns around and then shaves his head and screams that he's nothing like Will Ospreay.
Well, it's going to be a great match. I'm pretty sure they're going to brawl it out for full gear.
100%. I think that we are definitely going to be getting a a long-term feud out of this. I don't think we're going to get a short-term feud. I think that we're going to really end up with something really, really big out of it, and we're going to see a massive push for both people, like for both Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. Not that Ospreay needs it, but
I don't think we're going to see Mark Davis after seeing that promo.
Quite possibly, yeah. I don't think so, unless we get Mark Davis siding with Ospreay.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
You never know.
JCW is essentially Insane Clown's Posse's promotion. They launched a new weekly show on YouTube back in August, along with a new pay-per-view called Devil's Night, coming this Halloween. I thought that JCW was the IC Peak company. I'll definitely have to check that out, because I remember back in the early 2000s hearing about them, and they worked with people like Vampiro and other members.
I think that's some ECW wrestlers wrestling that promotion too.
Yeah, so but definitely have to check them out and check it out, and check out their show as well, see what that's like. Any wrestling's good wrestling, in my eyes. You never know.
Yeah.
I think this promo here where he shaved his head, where Kyle shaved his head, was a brilliant move. There you go. Colt Cabana was there. Matt Cardona was recently there. Nick Gage was also there. Nick Gage is crazy. JC is also Jersey Championship Wrestling early stages of GCW, and they do the J Cup. Okay. There you go. So I'm guessing by Full Gear or Even World's End, it'll be the Arrow versus the Blade. Ooh. Yes. Yes. Give it to me. Give it to me. Put it on my plate. I will devour it. Your thoughts? Your thoughts on this whole section, Stephen? This promo and
I like rise. The promo. I do like the promo, and I wonder. You said Ospreay is going to be there next week, possibly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they'll bring him in just for the program. They want to. Oh, Empire versus the Family. Oh, that's going to be amazing. That's going to be amazing.
Hey, Alex, call AEW, see if they're looking for somebody to book matches.
I heard WWE are looking for writers, but he probably wants a job that's better than WWE. Anyway.
I've seen AEW hired some referees, though.
He's too good for them. There you go. Alex doesn't want to work for them because he's too good for them. Fair enough. Ricochet is backstage with Renee. Says he said he was a man of his word and that he would show up anywhere to get his hands on Takeshita, and he did. He showed up in MLW to get his hands on Takeshita. Puts out an open challenge for Rampage. MVP comes up and ends up giving Ricochet a business card. What did you think?
Well, I can't picture Ricochet as a heel to begin with, but
I'm a national treasure and they're more like coins I find in my couch with storylines. Yo, Alex, if you're too good for them, why not start your own promotion? Don't tempt him. Don't tempt him. He will do it. He will do it.
I'm still waiting for Freddie Francis Jr.'s promotion. I haven't heard anything about that lately.
Yeah, I think that this is good that we're getting more of Ricochet. We're getting Ricochet to showcase to be able to show his interview side and his ability, and that he's not just the one-dimensional go out and lift up another guy.
I think Ricochet is going to get his first L, though,
because I'm broke. When I get a certification in cybersecurity, maybe you'll see that in the next 5 to 10 years. There you go. I told you, don't push him. He'll do it. Yeah, I think that it's good. I don't think that Ricochet will join MVP. I really don't.
He's been giving cards to Acclaim,
Yeah,
Leo Rush.
I think we're definitely going to see a building of MVP's business, but where it goes from there is a different story.
We'll find out next week if certain somebody's going to show up.
100%. Next up, we have Lance Archer and Brian Cage versus some randoms that we don't even get the fucking names of. We didn't get the names of these guys. I don't know who they are. So
they look like the Viking Raiders at first.
Kind of. Long story short, Lance Archer and Brian Cage take care of them pretty much in a simple squash match. Lance Archer looking less like Timu's version of Drew McIntyre this week.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's tied the hair back. So, but yeah, that was just a squash match. We go back outside of the arena. Excuse me. Back outside of the arena, and Orange Cassidy ends up getting a pep talk from his former best friend, stablemate Chuck Taylor. Thoughts, feelings, emotions?
Well, the last couple of weeks, Jerry Lynn was Raw getting Orange Cassidy advice, and now Chuck was this week.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're going to build up Orange Cassidy big time.
Definitely. I think that we are going to push here for Orange Cassidy to be the one to face Moxley at the end of the day.
Possibly at full gear. Possibly at full gear.
As much as I would want it to be Orange Cassidy, I don't think they're going to put the belt on Orange Cassidy.
No.
I think, unfortunately, we are saving the belt change to Darby. As much as I don't want that. I don't want that. I would rather give it to Orange Cassidy over Darby. That's me. If they do, it'll have to be a Double or Nothing.
I don't think they can't wait till May for Double or Nothing.
This story can play out, but they need to make it interesting. And tonight's main event really didn't do that. But we'll get there.
Yep.
We'll get there. I would rather give it to...
No comment.
I'd rather give it to Cody, and he's not even in the company.
No comment over here.
He can't. He signed away his opportunity. Even if he leaves WWE, he signed away his opportunity. He said he'll never wrestle for the AEW World Title. And in all fairness, Cody's become a company man again. I don't know if you've seen an interview that he did. I think it was today, talking about NXT.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So he's becoming he's become a company shill. So, but we'll not talk about that because that will get me on a rant for the next 3 hours, and we're not going to be here for 3 hours.
Yeah. Let me talk.
Yeah. So we next have we come to the match, the ROH World Title match in the Ladder War, also known as a ladder match. Jericho versus Mark Briscoe for the ROH World Title. One stage, Briscoe flips over the top rope, lands on one of the ladders, breaking it. Jericho hits Briscoe in the head with the ladder and makes him bleed, although we almost did see a cutting shot. Briscoe hits the DVD on Jericho onto a ladder. Jericho then goes for the belt. Briscoe pushes Jericho off of the pushes the ladder. Jericho falls off and onto the ropes. Briscoe goes up to climb for the belt, but Brian Keith comes in and interferes. Rocky Romero makes the save and hits Keith Lee with a Singapore cane or a kendo stick, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Briscoe then dives off the ladder onto Jericho, who's on a set of tables. Briscoe hits the J Driller, starts to climb the ladder, but Big Bill comes in and choke slams Briscoe through the tables that are on the outside. Big Bill then puts Jericho on his shoulders. Did I say Keith Lee? I meant Brian Keith. Sorry. Big Bill climbs up the ladder with Jericho on his shoulders, and Jericho grabs the ROH World title and becomes the 9-time World Heavyweight Champion and 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion. Thoughts, feelings? I know what Alex is feeling.
I said it last week. Bye, guys.
Yep.
Well, I can see this future booking wise in my head here. I know that Ishii came out after the match, and I don't think he's going to beat. I don't think he's going to beat Jericho.
I don't think that Ishii's going to beat Jericho, but I definitely think we're going to put a match between those two on. We are definitely getting a match between those two, which is always good.
Future booking, if I may. Person that helped Jericho win the Ring of Honor title, Big Bill, is probably going to be the one to beat him.
I can see that. He's going to
leave the learning tree, yeah.
I mean, he's starting to get over and he's getting the crowd behind him, so I can definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
I do like that we got Ishii challenging Jericho as the first challenger. I think the way they went about it of having Ishii come out was a smart move because that's the way it used to be. Someone wins the match and then the next challenger comes out and faces them before they obviously announce the match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's learned enough from him to know Jericho. He has to say bye, guys. Yep. Next up is a Camille versus Statlander video package about who's stronger, who the strongest person in the women's division. Just pointless.
Yeah, pretty much.
We then get Adam Cole coming out before he can even start the story time. Undisputed Kingdom comes out and interrupts him with Roddy going, Adam! Of course. Of course. Says that basically that Roddy wants Adam, like that they started this together, let's finish it together, and that he wants Max before Adam gets Max.
Mm-hmm.
Cole agrees with him that they need to finish it. Cole calls Max out to come down to the ring and get an ass whooping. MJF is then shown on the screen and he's getting a massage from a woman with a big ass. Max says, of course, that he's not showing up and he's not going to show up, and that Adam's never going to get his hands on him. We then get him offering Roddy and Cole, whoever wins the 3 matches first will get to face him at Full Gear, and that's the only time he shows up.
I think it's going to be Cole versus Max anyway for Full Gear.
I believe we are definitely getting Cole versus MJF. I think we're getting Cole versus MJF, but I also think we're possibly getting Roddy cracking it at Adam Cole because Cole gets the shot.
Yeah. And that could build up for World's End, too, to drag it out.
But this is where it gets confusing because Kyle O'Reilly was backstage watching that segment. They showed Kyle O'Reilly backstage watching that segment.
Interesting.
So going back to the Okada winning the belt or defending the belt. Why are we putting Kyle O'Reilly here? Are we teasing an Undisputed Era reunion sort of thing?
Possibly. Because it just seems like the agglomeration, they're starting going their separate ways a little bit.
Yeah. You're not wrong. The only thing is, keep the fish out.
I was getting ready to say, you forgot there's Bobby Fish, yeah. I think Bobby Fish is in Major League Wrestling right now.
No one's going fishing. Bobby Fish will be here in Australia in a couple of weeks. So, yeah.
Best of luck to you over there.
I've been invited to attend the show that he's going to be at. And, yeah, I want to go just because. No, Alex. I will send him to your house. You can have him. I'm not keeping him. No, I'm not keeping him. No, he can have a one-way ticket to your house. You can keep him. You can put him in the fish tank. Next up, we have Jamie Hayter, Penelope Ford video package with Jamie Hayter backstage, calling out Penelope Ford for 2 weeks' time on Dynamite. So,
he's not even 50 years old.
You only need to feed him once a week. Fuck, where was I?
He was talking about Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter calls out Penelope Ford for 2 weeks' time on Dynamite. I like that we're not just getting it for Rampage or Collision. We're getting it 2 weeks' time. Give me the match in 2 weeks' time. Let's build something for it.
Yep.
He's going to be ranting and say, where's the lights? Nah, I won't do that to ABJ. I wouldn't do that to ABJ. I'm not that mean.
Yeah, the worst thing to give to ABJ is Darby.
You're not wrong. We then get after that segment, we get House of Black for their first time on Dynamite in fucking months. Don't even know how long. Once again, a local crew. This time we get the names of the local crew, but it was just a squash match.
Their opponents look like they're about to crap in their pants.
They sure did. They did. After the match, Buddy Matthews grabs some mic and then challenges Adam Cole for next week at Friday Night Dynamite.
It's going to be a great match next week.
Yep. We then get Adam Cole backstage with a response, and he says he's going to confront Buddy. Goes straight up and confronts Buddy, and he asks him why, and Buddy says to prove that you're fragile.
Interesting.
Now
we'll see how he is when his first match back. Over a year.
This is going to be an absolutely fantastic match.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a fantastic match.
Oh, mercy.
Fuck. Jesus Christ, Alex, I love you right now.
Hello, Alex on the show sometime.
One day.
Get him on YouTube or something, one or two, yeah. If he's interested.
One day we'll convince him. I think that this match is going to be fantastic. I think that we're going to get a great quality match out of them. We're going to see a match that we could have seen in WWE, but on a better stage for them. We then move on to our first women's match of the night, and
What's really a good match?
Camille versus Queen Amanada. Where do I start on this one? Where do I start?
Well, you go ahead there, Ras.
So, I have many feelings. And they start like this. Queen Amanada is fantastic in the ring. She gave us last week the best match that Mercedes Moné has had in All Elite Wrestling. The best match that Mercedes Moné has had in probably the past 3 years. This week, however, Camille did not showcase why she was a former dominant NWA Women's World Champion.
Pretty much, she's not a brick house in this match.
This match, there was so many mistakes and so much that needed improvement. It did not look quality. If you want us to listen, you have to say, yo, listen. No, I don't. No way.
But Camille kind of looked like Jade a little bit, didn't she? When she's first started.
Camille looked like Jade in her early stages.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Look, this was not a good match. This was really not a good match. I have nothing to note from it besides also the fact that I feel like Queen Amanada is becoming the second coming of Willow as well. She's going to have hype behind her, but then they're not going to push it, unfortunately.
Wow.
But Queen Amanada is amazing, and I don't think she deserved to lose the way she did. Camille ends up winning this match. We end up getting Chris Statlander coming down to the ring and getting face-to-face with Camille. While they look good in the ring, I don't know if the match is going to translate. Mercedes tried.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Mercedes tried to attack Chris Statlander, but Statlander barely even flinches. Then attacks both Camille and Mercedes, but then gets beaten down by both of them. So, thoughts, feelings?
Statlander's going to carry Camille in that match a little bit next week.
100%. I'm not a. I used to like Camille, but I don't think she's working right now.
Well, give her credit though; she's getting more matches than other women in AEW as far as Camille wise.
I think she needs to train a bit more. So they're making heel versus heel. Well, apparently Chris Statlander's a face again. So
yeah, head scratch.
Go figure.
Yep.
After that, we go backstage to see Christian and the Patriarchy arrive. They end up chasing Kip Sabian through the car park and into the arena. And they get in the ring with him. Then Hook comes out and we find out that it was Christian, or that someone in the ring was the person who attacked his dad, Taz. Turns out to be Christian. Kip Sabian ends up low blowing Hook and basically joins the Patriarchy. It's like trading out of the family and joining Will Ospreay. It don't make sense. Yep. So Hook comes out, he attacks Christian, and then Kip Sabian attacks Hook, and Sabian has essentially joined the patriarchy. Okay. I mean, great that we're seeing Kip Sabian on our screens. Great that we're getting him used. I think he's the replacement right now for Kill Switch, because Kill Switch is not going to be available for a hell of a long time.
Yeah, prayers go out to him, by the way.
Yeah, thoughts definitely. I'm not a praying man, but definitely thoughts go out to him and his family. Okay, we get to the main event of the night, which is Private Party and Daniel Garcia versus the Elite. Private Party pick up the win by pinning the Young Bucks. Then they, ask for Private Party asks for a rematch against the Bucks for the tag titles. Young Bucks walk away. Then they turn around and say that if the Private Party turns around and says if they lose the match, they will split up as a tag team. The Bucks end up accepting. But as they do so, Claudio and Yuta attack Private Party from behind, and Mox drags Chuck Taylor out from the backstage area.
Don't forget, though, Raz, Maria Shafir strapped the other guys outside waiting.
Yeah, she's distracted them outside.
Yeah.
Yuta goes to put the chair on Chuck's or Taylor's leg and ankle to destroy it, but Claudio stops him, takes it, puts it around his Chuck's neck, and then stomps the chair on the back of the neck of Chuck Taylor. Orange Cassidy and the faces of AEW make the save, and we're left on the final screen of just Orange Cassidy being angry, sad, upset.
Well,
thoughts?
Chuck's got a broken neck.
Thoughts, feelings.
They're really building up Cassidy versus Mox.
Yeah.
And the big question mark, where's Darby?
Yeah.
You might see Darby return at full gear.
100%. I think we will be. I think that we definitely will be seeing a return of him at full gear. It's always the third party getting beat up the most. Yep, you're not wrong. Look, like I said, to start the show, we had the faces outside the arena. Why didn't we run a whole beat down through the show rather than save a beat down until the end of the show that really was an underwhelming beatdown to say the least. I don't think this was not a strong way to end the show.
No, was it?
I get you want me to feel for Orange Cassidy. I get you want me to feel like Moxley's group is the dominating group, but it didn't feel it. They ran away too quickly.
No.
What are your thoughts?
I just can't pick. I don't see Cassidy doing hardcore matches lately because I really don't see him beat Mox. I really don't. What do you think?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't feel. I would like, as I said, I would like to see Orange Cassidy as the winner, as the guy here, but I don't think we're going to see that. I think we are building to, unfortunately, Darby Allin winning the belt
at World's End, unless they pull some kind of
shenanigans.
Yeah, might see who the behind the
All in all, this show was not super fantastic. I didn't feel like it was a great show that we got. It was definitely not on the level of last week.
Could have been better though. There's some things that they could have improved.
Yeah, I think that we could have a lot of potential for things. I just didn't like the way certain things were done. And 99% of the time when I say this, other people are saying it was fucking fantastic. Like the internet wrestling community are turning around and saying it's fantastic. So am I wrong here? I don't know.
But Friday night next week's going to be a good card, though.
Friday night is looking amazing. We have Shelton Benjamin.
Yep.
Yeah, we have Shelton Benjamin versus Swerve Strickland. We have Statlander versus Camille. We now have Private Party versus the Young Bucks. Obviously, we're going to get Moxley taking out someone again as well.
And Buddy versus Cole.
Yeah, Buddy versus Cole. It's going to be fantastic. So let's look forward to next week and see what's going to happen there. Right now, I think we're going to probably end this show here. We're done. We do have a show coming up on the weekend or Friday night for you.
Yep.
Saturday night for me.
10:30 Eastern time, Friday.
Yep, 10:30 Eastern.
I'm in 9:30 Central. I'm in Central.
9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, 1:30 in the afternoon Australian Eastern Daylight Time, and 3:30 a.m. in the UK. It will be the AEW 5-year review Dynamite episode 8. We are watching Wardlow versus Cody Rhodes in a steel cage match. That will be coming up this weekend, right here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribed, and you'll be able to watch.
And if y'all have anybody want to know any matches, what y'all want to see, let us know what episodes.
Yeah. And then then the week after, oh fuck you! Don't tell me that file is too large. I have to shrink that file down. Okay. The week after, we will be doing AEW's first ever Winter is Coming. We will be doing Winter is Coming. So for the next 2 weeks, we have episode Dynamite episode 8, Wardlow versus Cody in a steel cage. And then we have Winter is Coming 2020.
The debut of Sting.
Yes, the debut of Sting. And 6969 AST, or Arse Time. You got anything you want to add to this before we get out of here, Stephen?
Not really, buddy.
No. Well,
I'm all good, man.
All good. One more time for the shameless plug. If you want to, and if you feel like joining us, we have a Discord right there. You can click the link below, join the Discord, come say hello. Mm-hmm. It is a brand new Discord, so come and join it. Say hello, come spread some love. We'll be there from time to time having chats and being, and well, there you go. Alex joined when he saw the first one.
There you go.
I appreciate you, Alex. Thank you. We are going to get out of here. Thank you so much to everyone that's been here today, and we will see you again on Friday night for Dynamite 5 years. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.